Welcome to Thunai Podcasts. This is the book review series. In this episode, we explore the book Reasons to Stay Alive by the famous author and depression sufferer Matt Haig, presented by Rigians.
This is a reading from the book Reasons to Stay Alive, written by Matt Haig. Haig is an English author who's written best-selling fiction and non-fiction books for children and adults. Reasons to Stay Alive is his account of his own experience with anxiety and depression and how he found the strength to overcome them. It starts one day when Matt Haig was 24 years old. He was living in warm and beautiful Ibiza in Spain over a summer, working in a nightclub, staying in a villa with his girlfriend. You know, the sort of ideal vacation many would love to have. Suddenly, he was enveloped with this intense feeling of panic. So bad that for 3 days he could neither sleep nor get out of bed. It became so unbearable that one day he found himself at the edge of a cliff with thoughts of ending his own life. It was only the thought of the suffering he would bring by his suicide to his loved ones that stopped him and made him find the strength and work towards getting better. He later realized that his depression was not a bolt from the blue. He recalled feelings of fear and anxiety of being alone, even for a short time, when he was a child. His interactions with people in school and college were always difficult. Making a presentation in front of a crowd was very scary. In his adult life, he coped to some extent with alcohol, and he was aware that he was having a lot of it before his anxiety episode in Ibiza. He did not know that he suffered from depression, only that he felt this dread always. His biggest challenge was not the lack of people who cared about him. He had a loving family and a loving girlfriend. He suffered from isolation, as many people with depression normally do, especially men, as men tend to be less forthcoming about their feelings. Few could really understand his situation or know how to help. As he remarks in the book, it was like the words were forming in his mouth, but nobody could hear them. Matt coped badly initially. A small trip to the grocery store was too difficult. Medication did help, but only to dull his pain for a short time. He also experienced his mental pain in intensely physical ways, like a very heavy pain in his chest. But he knew that he had to find his own way to get better. He found his footing in the world of books. Books, it would seem, gave him and his thought the language he lacked before. He got better by walking towards his problem and not by shying away from them. By taking small steps, outside first and then even international travel. Instead of medication, he focused on yoga and exercise. This helped him achieve more self-awareness. He understood that he could not confront his depression or brazen past it. It would always be a part of him. But he developed resilience through yoga and exercise. His improved physical strength also improved his mental strength. Meditation gave him the ability to live in the moment and counteract anxiety. He would still continue to have episodes of depression, but he learned to recognize it coming and dealt with it better and better. He understood that it was always within him, but eventually it was smaller than him. Haig gives some incredible insights from his own experience. First, progress is not gradual or linear, at least in the short term. There would be long and difficult periods initially, but they would diminish over time because he could recognize the signs and take the right actions. Second, recognition of mental health issues is important. They can be dealt with. He could function just as well as someone with physical issues can. Third, understanding depression also makes one empathetic. Acceptance made him appreciate his life and the people around him much better. Fourth, pinpoint what improves your mood. Haig says this is unique to each person. Peace can come from anything: music, dance, or meditation. Appreciating people and things he took for granted was strengthening, though he accepts that depression was part of that journey. Matt Haig's story is an inspiration to everyone. It is a guide to how we can overcome anxiety and depression and enjoy our lives. He still fears depression, but he also understands its role in his life. It is always around the corner, but he is free from its suffocating grip. Matt Haig is grateful for a second chance. He is now a successful author, he is married and has children. Reasons to Stay Alive is a fascinating book about a man and his difficult but ultimately fulfilling journey. There are many reasons to stay alive, and time can heal.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Thunai Podcasts. We hope you found it useful. Please visit thunai.org for more videos and podcast episodes.